Exactly. What happens? What the hell happened? I'll tell you what happened. This happened. I'm going to wait till we get a few more people here, and then that way I don't have to do this twice. So let's take a bio break, or I'm going to take a bio break. Talks amongst yourselves. I will be right back. I might go outside for a celebratory smoke of the dark bird's eye. Oh, it's just us. Pipe. I need a pipe tool here. Hold on a second. We will start the layering of clothes. Oh, it's Thursday? He must go 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. I'm not sure. Oh, well. It's going to take about 60 minutes just to layer up anyway. Pipe cleaners. Layer 1, layer 2. Oh, pipe cleaners. You never have enough pipe cleaners. It's like finding a chocolate in your pocket. You're always happy to see it. Nice. Might play some Eastern European music in that case. Let's see what we got here. No, 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 no. There we go. Nice. All right. The shipment has arrived here. Let me adjust this just a little bit. This is a shipment that I want to blame on all of you. Mostly motivated by peer pressure, coercion, insults to my masculinity, I would say. I'm not going to name any names, but part of this box is my own doing or undoing, and part of it is, I'll just say, strong suggestions from the audience. I'll start out with my own recommendation to myself, which is 4 ounces of dark bird's eye. It's been several years since I had this. This arrived yesterday. I've already sampled a few bowls. I was correct about one thing. It is extremely strong. It does not have near the Lakeland essence that I thought it did, and it burns extremely quickly. And I almost had to sit down after about 15-20 minutes. Long story short, I'm very happy I got it. It's one of those that's never going to get old. I'm still trying to love it, but that happens with a lot of blends. The other one was also my own recommendation. They changed the tin arts, but we have GLP's Fillmore. The GLP stuff all looks the same these days. You almost have to zoom in to the super small lettering to find out what it is. I wish they had more unique tin art. I've had probably 2 bowls of this. As I knew getting into this, it's very understated. It's going to take a while to really unlock the small nuance in this tobacco. But again, that's why I bought it. It's not a sledgehammer of flavor. It's more of a shy child on the back row of the classroom you have to conjure out. But so far, good experiences. Now, the bone I have to pick with some of you. No half welcome. Is Peterson's 3P. Now, I have 2 bones to pick. The first of which is, I don't recycle, by the way. So I'm not a environmentalist in most ways. But I am a little ticked off by how large this tin is compared to what's inside. It's, in my opinion, egregious. I got 2 of these. I already cut up the other one. This stuff is not going to dry out. So I am not, I'm not worried about cracking this tin in front of all of you. The first time I bought this 4 years ago, it was not in this oversized tin. This is crazy. I just want to highlight something here for those of you who have not bought this in a while. Look at this. This is more than twice the height of the brick that comes inside of it. It's ridiculous. It's such a waste of space, man. Howard Diaz, welcome. When this arrived, I was like, Jesus, did I just buy 4 times as much as I thought I did? I don't know. It is what it is. I've smoked 2 bowls of this. I got another package. I cut it up, rubbed it out. This is the densest flake. Cornell and Deal doesn't make anything this dense. This is so hard. My hands went numb, and I'm in an Airbnb with a sharp cutting knife. I'm not gonna say it's Ginsu level, but it took a good 20 seconds just to make 1 slice. I got tired just trying to cut this sucker up. That's one reason why I remember I didn't really like it. But anyway, I think I had 2 bowls so far. I have one compliment and I have one complaint. I will compliment the flavor. The flavor is interesting. It's got all the darkness in the world you'd ever want. My one complaint is, no matter how much I rubbed it out in the bowl, you end up with like a rock candy last half a bowl. It gets so compact. Even when I try to rub it out as much as possible, it just gets crystallized. It still burns. So I'm not saying it has burning challenges, but I can't seem to really smoke. The last quarter bowl is challenging. That's where the burning challenges come in. Some Band-Aids. But this is a blend that it takes a lot of work. You got to rub the hell out of this to get it so fine, so that you can get a. And I know a lot of you guys have scissors and have to cut this up or put it in a coffee grinder or whatnot. But it's a lot of work. When you smoke Cornell and Deal, broken flake, folding stuff. 2 seconds, you're on your way. This stuff you need to have patience, and I'm a very impatient man. But I'm glad I bought it. So the hobby is about learning, and I continue to learn. They can include some Band-Aids in there. The one thing I have not smoked yet is Capstan Blue. Again, this was 15% off. Normally $15-ish. I got it for 13 something. I smoked this again about 4 or 5 years ago. Been a very long time. This is the first tin that I'm going to crack. And I think we will do that now. I remember this being very bright, but also delicious. I also love being a math type guy. I'm very pragmatic, but I have to admit I am impacted by the color scheme and the font and the whole marketing. So I know that the tin art has no impact on the flavor, but it still kind of affects me. All right. I love that color, baby blue. Let's go in for the whiff here. Smells bright. It's got that kind of stickiness of a broken flake. A little bit of a vinegary smell to it, almost like a little bit of a sour note. Not Old Golden Slice-ish, at least not totally. There's some similarities there. But I compared this to Patriot Flake from Dan's Tobacco a couple nights ago. But if I can stomach the cold outside, this will be tonight's blend. So let's pull out a pipe. Oh, I left one thing out. Anytime you make a big order from smoking pipes, if you're like me, you're going to want to order somewhere in the neighborhood of about 700 pipe cleaners. I go through about 200 pipe cleaners a month. This should last a good 3.5 months. You can never have enough pipe cleaners, as I always carry around like 150 with me at all times. You want to have your bases covered. It's like keeping ketchup in your car. All right, let's pack a pipe up here. Put our glasses on so we can see, and so I can read. My 3Ps and Oleg Dark Fired will be here on Saturday. Never tried any of those. Oh, that'll be interesting then. All right. What did Briar Blues talk about this evening? I unfortunately did not catch it. We're gonna go with the we'll go with the Ronaldo pipe. Arguably one of my more expensive pipes, but to be 100% honest, not one that I've ever really grown an affection for. Price and affection are not necessarily positively correlated. It's a perfectly serviceable pipe, though. All right. 4 years is a long time to wait in between tasting and experimenting with the same pipe tobacco. I can only hope that it lives up to the memory in my mind. For 13 bucks though, this 15% off, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you ever smoked this before, I'd say it's a pretty good deal. Don't be nervous. All right. Because it's cold outside, gonna have to put the running pants on over the jeans for an extra added layer of warmth as we play Peruvian music. Just got done watching Saving Private Ryan for the first time in a couple years. That movie surprisingly holds up. Although I do prefer Road to Perdition, another Tom Hanks movie. All right. I think I've seen Road to Perdition. I probably watch that at least twice a year, actually. All right. Make sure we got a lighter here. There's so many apparatus involved in smoking a pipe. Okay. All right. This light's going to shut off because it's a motion sensor, but at least the light from the laptop will keep it going. Before every pipe, you must moisturize. I don't know what the guys out in Colorado and Arizona do. I can only imagine. Oh, come on. I've got the solution to this. We just open another window with bright light. There we go. Give me a second here. I saw the word erotic or exotic. I'm not sure which one that was. What is the most exotic tobaccos you've tried? We are off to a nice start. I will definitely say that. Most exotic. Well, several years ago, I bought an entire bag of whole leaf burley, and the entire leaf was folded in a long rectangular bag. That was probably the craziest thing I ever did. It only cost me like, I don't know, 18 bucks, 16 bucks maybe, for like a pound. That stuff was some serious business. Serious business. Wish our friend Brendan Peter would be here to share his moments. A moment. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Germany is about 7 hours ahead, so anytime I'm streaming, it's probably 3 in the morning. Oh, that's nice. I was mentioning the other night, the Cornell and Deal, to my knowledge, did not make a true Bright Virginia, and then someone corrected me with something afternoon, midnight afternoon, gentleman afternoon. I forget what it was. Ye in France, it's 3 a.m. Don't mean to keep you up. No, Naf. What part of France are we talking about here? I think this is we never had someone from France chime into this. The last time I was in France, I was 22. I got in a train station at the end of an overseas study, and I said, one ticket to Cannes, and the girl behind the ticket counter said, Kun? And I assumed my pronunciation of Cannes was wrong, so I said, yes. Hopped on the train. About 3 hours later, maybe 2 hours later, the train stopped. Someone told me this was my stop. I got off and I realized there's also a city in France spelled C-A-E-N, which is pronounced Kun. I went in the exact opposite direction of my destination. Ended up missing my friend. Changed the entire vacation, or entire trip, I should say. So when in France, make sure you pronounce correctly. Midnight afternoon, that's right. Or Manhattan afternoon, that's right. Okay. Limoges. Limoges. Well, it's probably Limoges. This is I'm glad we have a French person here, guys. We've never talked about anything French specific. Are there any French tobaccos? Are there any French influenced tobaccos? Most of the European, there's a lot of mergers and acquisitions, obviously. Companies buying brands up, and not a lot of mom and pop smaller blenders out there. A lot of it's Dutch. Sorry. A lot of it's German. A lot of it's Danish. I don't know of any. There's a Belgian burly guy who makes that Semois, but I'm not sure of any French tobacco. This is an interesting question. Limoges comes from the town. Not a good thing. I took German in high school. I wish I would have taken French. Have you guys? We're all pipe smokers here. I'm sure at least half of you know the term or know the brand Semois, and have probably seen the YouTube video on Semois. Long story short, it's a mom and pop operation, and there's a farmer somewhere in Belgium who grows a Belgian Burley, and he's got like a documentary, very short documentary, on YouTube that I saw many years ago. Guys, help me out if that's not how it's spelled, but I think it's Semois, Semois. And somebody actually gifted me, not a tin of this because it comes in like a paper package, but it's very good stuff. Shag, burns very quickly. Very unique tobacco. Vincent Manil, yes, thank you. Vincent Manil. No Neff got it right. This is a light tobacco, not a lot of body. I mean, I just came off a bowl of of dark bird's eye. Everything is going to taste light compared to that. But much in the same way that Dunhill Flake could be considered light, this is in that same genre. There's enough body there. This is a good early morning smoke, maybe a good midday smoke. Probably not a fantastic after dinner smoke where you want more body, more punch. For traveling in the car, this would be fantastic. There is a grassy hay that is, work with me here. It's a Deluxe Navy Rolls. Deluxe Navy Rolls. Deluxe Navy Rolls. It's it's Cadillac's the wrong word because Cadillac's not that great of a car anymore. It's such the Mercedes of tobacco. It is so refined. One could arguably call Deluxe Navy Roll boring because it's so perfect. There's no rough edges. There's no curveballs. It's like having a perfect dinner and you're like, it's so good, it was kind of boring. But there's such a refinement to Deluxe Navy Rolls. This is in that same neighborhood. There is none of that Cornell and Deal, again, not to repeat myself, rough edges, harshness, things you have to deal with, curveballs, whatnot. It's in a blind taste test or smoke test. If someone packed this up and said, hey, David, 0 to 100%, what probability would you say is this bowl a GLPs or Cornell and Deal blend? I'd say 0. There is no Cornell and Deal / GLPs blend that is this refined. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just stating it as an adjective. Domate, welcome from Brazil. Smoke some Aaron Moore Flake. I had Aaron Moore a long time ago. I think I had a yellow tin. It was very challenging for me at the time. B.O. Feel says, love Vincent Manil's Le Brumise, the misty one. There's an incredible article about Manil in the New York Times. Probably a couple years ago, I'm assuming. Joart Diaz, I really like the Deluxe Navy Flake. I don't think I've had never had the Navy Flake before. Do you prefer Escudo? So no, Nafe, I'm kind of a weird pipe smoker. To be 100% honest, I started smoking about 6 years ago now, and I heard a lot about Escudo in the first year, 2 years of my pipe smoking hobby, I delayed trying it. And I pushed it off, and I pushed it off, and I pushed it off. And the reason why is because it was so hyped up. People were talking about it. They were saying it was the best thing ever. I didn't feel like trying something that was so hyped. About 2 years ago, I finally tried it, and I finally understood what they're talking about, but it's still not what I wanted. I view Escudo and things like Escudo as this is the metaphor I would give you. It's great staying at a 4-star luxury hotel, but it's also great going camping. And probably the best life you could have is you go camping some weekends over here, and then for a change, you go to a 4-star hotel some weekends. And every time you're here, it feels great because you know you're just there, and vice versa. So it's the change that kind of colors your palette and colors your experience. If you just stay in hotels all the time, or you just camp all the time, it can get a little boring. And so Escudo was some place I would like to visit on a vacation, but it's not a place I would like to live. On that note, I might need a vacation pretty soon. What is your current favorite vapor? That's always such a funny question. I'm such a Burley fan in general, not all the time. It's hard to be a Cornell and Deal fan and not, even if you don't want to smoke Burley, most of their blends have Burley in it. So you just kind of become okay with it, that you're just smoking Burley, even though you're not purposely choosing it. But the reason I say that is because I don't think vapor in my mind. If I get a blend and I'm like, oh, it's a vapor, then I'll understand that I'm smoking a vapor. But I've never sought out a vapor on purpose. It's more like I seek out an experience. I've smoked tobaccos that I never knew were vapors until I turned it around. I'm like, oh, it's a vapor. It didn't really matter if it was a vapor or not. So I'm very different from, who's that guy on YouTube? Stuff and Things. Going back 3 or 4 years, Stuff and Things, if you watch his first year of his YouTube videos, he was a vapor guy. He loved Elizabethan, and it's almost like he thought blends first, experiences second. So he liked vapors. He was always seeking out vapors. I was the exact opposite. I sought out experiences and then found out what those experiences, how they were defined, or what was included in the ingredients. Even now, I think just last week, I had to turn around a tin of Cornell and Deal's Oak Alley. I've bought over 5 pounds of it over the last 5 years, and I still forget what's in it because it doesn't matter. It's magic in a can. And I don't care what's in it. I know roughly what must be in it, but it really doesn't matter to me. I think all tobacco tins should be blank, and you have to guess what's in it. That would be, in the name of science, that would be interesting. Joe R. Diaz, what is a great pure Burley blend? You can smoke all day. Pure Burley blend? There's only 3 or 4. Joe R., the same ones. I couldn't tell you anything you couldn't Google. It would be Solani aged Burley Flake, Wessex Burley Slice, H&H Burley Flake. Those would be the big 3. Although, as we were talking about earlier, I would consider Vincent Manil's Samoa, although it's a Belgian Burley, I would consider that a viable option. I would recommend anyone try Vincent Manil. Ryan Ellis, welcome. I want to get Stratman, I wanted to get into a great Oriental blend. Dude, you missed the train for about 3 years, or by 3 years. Get a time machine, go back 3 years ago, get some McClelland, the Grand Oriental series, transport yourself back here, share it with your friends here, and you would have all the fantastic Oriental blends you could ever want. Not a lot of great Orientals these days, except Rhinus beat me to the punch there. Oriental Silk. That's my Oriental recommendation. If I had a time machine, I would go back and I'd rent a U-Haul. I'd buy, I'm almost getting misty-eyed thinking about it. I'd buy Samson from McClelland. I'd buy Drama Reserve from McClelland. Yinjebi, I forget how to spell it. Yinjebi from McClelland. I would not, under any circumstance, buy that Black Sea crap, which was, it's on my video. I tried all 4. That was the one I liked the least. But that Drama Reserve, man, and that Samson's, that was some. You talk about a pure smoking experience. That was one of my few pure smoking experiences. That was some great stuff. Whenever I smoke, someone just mentioned it. Oriental Silk. I get hints of that. I get hints of those old memories. No half. I'm living near the Belgian border, but never tried the Semois. Not distributed in France. It's easier to have it. No way. That can't be possible. You can just drive across the border. How could Vincent Manille Semois be more available in the U.S. than 100 kilometers away in France? That's hard to. I'm not saying you're wrong, but it seems hard to believe. Stratman, I think McClelland will come back. He seems to be on a lot of podcasts. I did not know that. I'm not really a follower of podcasts. Is there? I actually don't know. Is there an old man McClelland? Is there John McClelland? I didn't really know the family ownership structure of that company. Wonderful. I knew a guy who cornered the market when McClelland announced they were going under. He went and bought all types of stuff. I think he said he made like $8,000 on eBay, like within 6 months. I thought he was crazy, and then I was jealous. Across the frontier. That's so sad. Raise of hands. Who has had Semois here? I'm assuming maybe 2 of you at the most. I haven't had it for several years, but and I never would have tried it unless somebody on one of these weekend hangouts back on Reddit days actually just sent me a $25 package with Semois in it. If he wouldn't have done that, I never would have tried it. It was a very generous gift. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I would never want to undo my personal journey of pipe smoking. And what I mean by that is, so right now I'm smoking Capstan Blue, premium stuff. But to me, this is a 4-star restaurant. Because I mostly smoke Cornell and Deal, because I started out on Cornell and Deal, I'm still satisfied with Cornell and Deal, and this is a bump up. If I would have started with this stuff and religiously smoked this quality of tobacco, I got to be honest. If someone asked me to try Cornell and Deal, I would probably think it's crap. I would probably think it's crap. That sounds like an insult, but it's not. It's actually a good thing. I found a lot of good qualities in Cornell and Deal tobacco. I like to rough it. Stratman, by the way, I love your Battle of the Burley videos. Very well done. Yeah, it's one of my very. Thank you for that, by the way, Stratman. That was I had a really bad breakup the weekend before I went down to that South Carolina town. I'm trying to think what that town was called where I filmed that. And so I needed an artistic exercise getaway. And so that was the motivation behind. I went out to Best Buy and bought a camera and filmed part of that in the back patio of a Holiday Inn. That was the motivation behind that video. I don't know why I'm searching for more Burley when I'm in love with HBS. This is worth reading out loud. I don't know why I'm searching for more Burley when I'm in love with Haunted Bookshop and Old Joe Kranz. That's a fundamental philosophical question and a debate that only you can solve. But thank you for sharing that. I think I may know why you're searching for Burley. You've seen a handful of videos, some of Match's, some of mine, some of other people's. That probably makes you think you're missing out on something. It's that fear of missing out, the FOMO. It's what the young kids call it. But I got to be honest, there's only a handful of Burleys out there to even possibly miss out on, and the 4 of which are the 4 that I mentioned. There's some other Burleys, of course, probably some that I tried. I think we talked about Dark Bird's Eye, Stratman, so I'm sure you either had it or it's on its way. The only other thing, Stratman, I could think of as an experiment in the name of science is go to wholeleaf.com or whatever the place you can order whole leaf. If you want to spend $18 on an incredible experience that will blow your mind, get an entire tobacco leaf shipped to your house. No joke. Of Burley. Pick it off the stem, roll it up, and smoke it. It was the craziest thing I've ever done. It cost me like $16. Lasted for 3 months. I shipped some off to friends. They only smoked part of it. They threw the rest away because it was too strong. But for $16 3 years ago, I thought it was probably the coolest thing I ever could have done. I mean, we all know tobacco grows on leaves. You can see videos, but it was one thing to get something in your mail and you open it up and it's one giant, think like a banana leaf. And you're like, I'll be damned, it's really tobacco. It's really browned. It's really kind of dry. And you open it up, it doesn't smell like anything. And you peel some off and it's like, this looks like a cigar wrapper. You stuff it in your pipe and you're like, this seems like balsa wood. It's so thin, this is not going to smoke like anything. And you light it up and it blows the top of your mind off. That's what happened. Yeah. That's why I'm wearing a hat. Part of my brain is still blown off because of that experience. It was the craziest thing I ever did within the hobby. Now, in hindsight, what I should have done is spent another $16 and bought a whole leaf Oriental leaf. That would have been interesting. No, Nate. Here in France, tobacco's like canned D, GLPs, and so on are our El Dorado. We can't have it here, and order tobaccos is totally forbidden, even if we make orders, but it's risky. Risky meaning risky. I'm not sure what risky means. Tax-wise? Risky to order tobacco. Customs? I always forget what the word for that is. Is it you can't order tobacco from outside the country? No problem. I'm just trying to decipher what you're trying to say. El Dorado. I thought maybe we take a risk. What is the risk, though? The risk is a fine? The risk is jail? The risk is public shaming? Risk is a very broad term. Stratman takes a risk every time he smokes OJK. Like, that's a risk to me. Same thing with Home Bookshop. That's a risk that I don't want to take. Whole leaf tobacco is as raw and natural as it gets. I agree, Ryan S. Be prepared for the vitamin N and some of the burley. And that's what I meant. That's why I still wear a hat. It was the I think I almost fell asleep on a live chat I was doing with some friends on back in the day. We used to hang out on Google Teams or a Google Chat, whatever Google was at the time. But yeah, it was wild. Sometime this year, sometime in 2021, I wish, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. I wish there was a forum where I could do this, I could host a chat, but in the background, I could also play music and not have to worry about copyright infringement. I don't know how to do that yet, besides sending out invites to private, what do you call it, Zoom Hangouts or something. But I wish there was a service I could pay $5 a month to, where I could just post a link and up to 20 people could join. And obviously I'm not doing this for the money. I wish I could have just a little more freedom, a little more music freedom. That's the only thing I'm missing. I like the video quality. I like the technology for chat. I like everything about this except the freedom to play music. That's my only complaint. Stratman, go to Rumble. Just can't do it live. All I want to do is live streams, though. Hey, welcome, Paul. Are you smoking the Capstan Blue Flake or the Ready Rubbed? The Ready Rubbed. Yeah, the Ready Rubbed. It should smoke the same, though, I think. The Capstan Blue here, it's getting actually more body the deeper I get into it. This tin art is so pretty. I'm going to go grab it back from the inside. That light's going to turn off here in a second. Just cannot get over the beauty of this tin. A couple years ago, this was missing. It just looked like this, but simple, elegant, precise, not overstated. And yeah, I didn't even notice it, but yeah, the word "ready rubbed" is right underneath the title there. Gorgeous tin. The yellow tin, not so pretty. Not a big fan of yellow. I don't think I've ever owned a yellow shirt. Aldo, Dio Verte, having 3 nuns for the first time. Good luck, brother. Good luck. I like the fuller, darker profile of the blue. Agree, Ryan S. Agree. Although I gotta admit, I never had the yellow, but I heard it is lighter. So this is light enough for me. I don't think I'd want to go any lighter. No Nafe talking about the France ordering of tobaccos. Risk is our tobaccos can be stolen by government, and we take a big penalty in the same time. The government opens your mail, international mail. That's crazy. No Nafe. If you live within an hour's drive of Belgium, you can just drive and go get a huge order and drive it across the border. I've been to Liège. I've been to Brussels. There should be some good tobacco stores. Although that's the north of Belgium. Ryan S. I have the Blue Squares Flake tin from about 2017. Blue Square Flake. I have one and a priest. Guys, no one's told me what did Briar Blue talk about this evening. No one caught me up. I need a quick download. Give me some bullet points here. I need to start attending other people's live streams. I almost, to be honest, I didn't really think that many people did it these days. Not on a regular basis, at least. Joe Art missed it. Someone was talking about it's a repression for tobaccos. No, if you mean repression. Yeah, that's the right word. He mainly hangs out and chats about whatever comes up, but I also got late myself. Okay. I do have a question for you guys. Let's stay on this topic just for a second. I caught Briar Blue's last video, and I fast forwarded through some of it. But long story short, he said he's going to make less content because of backlash of some kind. And I tried to look through the comments, and I tried to go through the video, and I couldn't figure out what he was talking about in the description of his video. So something must have happened, either during the chat or after the chat or something, where he said, because of this, I'm going to make less content going forward. If anyone has any insights into that, that would be helpful. Ryan S. Capstan Blue Flakes. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Blackwood's Flake right now, 2017. Someone has got some old McClelland stuff. We can't even take back lots of tobaccos in France from another country. No, Nath, on this topic, there's no borders in between countries in Europe. The last time I was there, so you can, unless I'm missing something, there's a couple. I think it's at least one of the European here. You should be able to drive across the Belgian border into France with 10 pounds of tobacco, and no one's going to stop you. I could be wrong. But you're not going to fly there. So, oh, he had a fall. Okay. Someone was talking crap about him or to him. He ruffled his feathers, but he seems to still be pushing on this comment. Gotcha. Okay. Very nice. Time to lubricate. Yeah, update on the Capstan Blue. Charring light, pretty light. First quarter bowl, also fairly light, although very refined. It's actually getting more body toward the mid bowl, kind of approaching the last quarter. It's getting darker. It's getting darker, more flavorful. The retrohale is no longer air. Got to be honest, first couple retrohales, I didn't really feel anything. Retrohale now, it's got some punch to it. It's got some oomph. I never noticed the difference in a retrohale from beginning to end of a bowl that could actually grow in depth. Most of the stuff I smoke is strong enough to where it's, you don't notice it getting stronger because it's so strong that there's not a big difference. But this one I noticed it. I did something good for the community the other night. I asked a friend to join me at my favorite back patio bar here in Raleigh. And I knew he had a pipe, but he hasn't smoked it in several months. And I got some of this dark bird's eye. And I said, I got some. He's a cigar smoker. And I said, I got something strong for you. You got to come out and give this a shot. Brought his pipe out. This dark bird's eye burns so easily. The shag cut, it's so fine. It's it's impossible to overpack it. It's almost impossible for it to go out. It's the easiest pipe tobacco you could ever imagine. It's basically roll your own cut, in my opinion. But he had a good time with it. David, ever get to checking out Brebbia? No, and I'll answer that in two ways. I've never bought a Brebbia pipe, and I've never bought the Brebbia tins tobacco because of what I mentioned a couple nights ago. It's a personal bias. For whatever reason, I always had this stigma against buying tobacco from the same brand as a pipe, with the exception being Peterson, because for some reason I never equated Peterson tobacco with Peterson pipes. I would probably, there's so many things I want to try, and I would probably never do it. If somebody had some, I would try it. But Brebbia doesn't really have a reputation for pipe tobacco. No one's ever said, David, you got to try this Brebbia XYZ blend. If they did, I'd have no problem ordering it. Ryan S. GLP's Fillmore, Sixpence, Stonehenge Flame are all terrific and seem to gain depth for me as I smoke. Still haven't had Stonehenge because I'm biased against the name. I've had the other two. Sixpence I don't have a good memory of though. Again, I have a personal bias. I think of 1999, Sixpence None the Richer. Had that song, Kiss Me by the Moonlight and Dream. I think of the band. No Nafe from France. 10 pounds is too much. I think we can have something like 250 grams. Before that, we can get much more, but not easy. No Nafe is cracking me up. He's basically telling us, the group, that you cannot drive across the border of Belgium with 10 pounds of tobacco in your car. But I'm telling him there are no checkpoints. There are no checkpoints between countries in the EU. The last time I was there, don't take my word for it, Nafe. I don't want to get you in trouble, but I think you can transport as much tobacco as you want between countries for personal use. Are there any of the Europeans in here? I don't want to give ill advice here, but That makes about as much sense as in the States that you can't take 10 pounds of tobacco across state lines. I myself have taken at least that much tobacco across state lines. Although, and I told the story before, I was very nervous about taking pipe tobacco and pipes to Canada because I thought they would look at me and like, I'm not that young now. This was 5 years ago. There's a little less gray, a little less salt, a little more pepper, and I was nervous they would think it's a very odd hobby. Why do you need that much tobacco, David? Why do you need that many pipes? I was really nervous about crossing the border in Canada. No, it's not a cranberry song. McClelland. It's Sixpence None the Richer. Help me out. Kiss me. It was in like a Melrose Place theme song or something. Ryan S. I will state this caveat for my taste. Every GLP's blend I have tried was much better after 12 months or more. Otherwise, it seems harsher like some Cornell and Deal blends. Between the milky twilight. I'll play a couple seconds of this song just because people are asking here. Give me a second. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Is Dark Bird's Eye only available in bulk? Aldo, I think it is. I think it is. I bought it in bulk. I got 4 ounces. From smokingpipes.com, the answer is yes. I got another story to tell you guys. Quick, somebody asked me to dance. Well, Mopso, you were wrong, man. That's an insult to the Cranberries. This is such a poppy song. The Cranberries were Irish. They sung about the IRA and wars and whatnot. That's a straight up insult to the Cranberries, in my opinion. Dawson's Creek or Dawson's Pond or Dawson's River or Dawson's Dam, Dawson's Swamp, Dawson's Reservoir. There's some body of water going on with Dawson. Dawson's Water Treatment Plant. There's something like that. Very good point, Stratman. I know that that lead singer did pass away. Okay, share a personal story with you guys. 2 nights ago, I was hanging out with a friend who occasionally experiments with roll your own, goes back and forth between cigarettes and roll your own. It's been a while since he's dipped his toe in the roll your own pond. Didn't know anything about pipe tobacco, didn't know anything about bulk tobacco, didn't know anything about roll your own tobacco. And he went to a pipe shop, cigar shop, and bought a pouch, 1.5 ounce of Peter Stokkebye's Norwegian shag. I think he said he paid $14. $14 for an ounce and a half. I think there is a yeah, TX. Thank you. I think TX is I made him a moderator. He's got the special icon of the wrench. There must be a roll your own tax. And guys, I don't know about this, but there must be a roll your own tax that is ginormous. I know it's state specific, obviously, but do you guys have any experience with this? Is roll your own crazy high compared to the exact same thing in pipe tobacco? Ah, EK431. That's right. Okay. Back when you were a cyborg, that's when I remember you. I had no idea. I was trying to tell him, dude, just go buy some shag pipe tobacco. And he's like, no, that's pipe tobacco is different. And I was like, brother, plants don't come out of the ground and say, I'm a pipe leaf or I'm a cigarette leaf. But he had this view that cigarette tobacco's over here and pipe tobacco's over here. And I did everything I could to try to convince him that it all comes out of the ground, man. Well, Daughters and Ryan used to make a variety of blends. I looked on their website. They're not making a whole lot. I don't know what happened to Daughters and Ryan. Something happened. But the availability of that stuff is not high right now. I'll just put it that way. In his roll your own typical cheaper than $14 he paid. No, I think roll your own. Again, this is recent times. I can't tell you the history, but apparently a pouch of roll your own, which is like a 1.5 ounce, is crazy expensive. I was trying to tell him I had a 4-ounce bag that was like $4.50 an ounce. He's paying like $10 an ounce. I was trying to tell him for pipe tobacco, you can get the Lamborghini of pipe tobacco for $6 an ounce. JB, you answered the question on new blends. My question was about the old blends. The blends they've been making for, I don't know, 6-10 years. I don't know if DNR can still make the old blends. A tin of Dunhill Nightcap here in Pennsylvania about 3 to 4 years ago was $20. Brick and mortar prices in Harrisburg. I like Harrisburg. It's cheaper than that now. I haven't seen $20 a tin for anything recently. TX Piper, it's weird. I popped in a local shop to get some Carter Hall because of the stupid shortage. Dude wanted... Time out. The dude wanted $65 for a 14-ounce tin of Carter Hall. TX, you left out your response. You left out the comedic follow-up to that comment, to which you said, I'm assuming you didn't buy it. Oh, JB, you can still get the my old favorite Rimbaud SP. I do speak French. I forgot about that. Rimouche. That's just a sexy word, rimouche. I'm so naive. To our French colleague here, can you translate what rimouche translates into? I'm assuming it's a French word. Rimouche. It's in. I know I'm gonna hear it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's obviously that. I have no idea what rimouche means. No, Nate. What does rimouche mean? And just to finish with this France customs problem, I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. If you meet customs officers, you have troubles. And you're right. It's against European law. I did not know this. Interesting. But France is a particular case for that, and much people are angry with that. Interesting. Okay. Ryan S. I picked up Esoterica Dunbar. I'm a big fan of that, or used to be. It's been a long time since I had it. Picked up an 8-ounce bag at a brick and mortar store here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, for 45 to 50 bucks the day before this past Thanksgiving. I think Dunhill was going out. 8 ounces, 45, 50. That's not bad. I mean, even GLP is 8-ounce tin. It's getting up there. It's approaching 40. It used to be 35. 8-ounce tin of Fillmore. Yeah, it's like 38, 39 now. For Dunbar, that's not bad. Mm. You don't get this with Cornell and Deal. What I mean by that is, I said it 10 minutes ago. I'll say it again. I can't remember the last time I've had a tobacco transform throughout the bowl. This is transforming into something beautiful. A chameleon, if you will. Okay, so yeah, nobody answered my question. I googled rimouche. I'll just let me do this real quick. Ah, shoot. Rimouche means reimburse. Reimburse AP? That has a very. It lost all its sexy qualities all of a sudden. Mr. Pie Smoker, what tobacco would you like today? Give me the reimburse AP. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No, I googled it. Rimouche is, oh, it's Italian. I assumed it was French. It's Italian. I'll be damned. It has such a cool. In English, it sounds very cool to say. It's the worst name ever in hindsight. Why would you? Why would you name it tobacco reimburse? Oh God, that's like naming a new car warranty recall or just recall. David, I see you got that new shiny black sports car. What brand is that? That's the recall brand. It's the recall AP T-tops, Target top. When I drive my recall through town, they know who's coming. You couldn't make this crap up if you tried. Oh, that is it for that bowl. I have I have just enough time for a nice easy bowl of, I say easy, meaning easy lighting. I think we can do a little bowl of, I think we can do a little bowl of dark bird's eye in front of the group here. I'll be right back. Light go on. Yin Jenny. Oh, the coloring is interesting here. I look red. I have not smoked 3Ps tonight. I did yesterday. No, I did earlier today, off camera. But right now we're gonna do a little taste of 4 ounces of dark bird's eye. I was amazed. There are at least five YouTube videos of people trying dark bird's eye on camera. I thought it was much more obscure than what it was. Apparently, it's pretty well known. I can fit 4. It's got 4 holes in it. If you place them just right, you can get 4 medium-sized pipes in there. It's so weird to smoke this. I call it shag. I think that's what it's called. It's so fine. It just screams roll your own. I tricked a friend of mine into rolling this in a cigarette. He got about 2 puffs in, threw it out, said it tasted like a cigar. Stratman, Gawith and Hogarth makes dark bird's eye. Technically, it's a Lakeland, but it's just kind of pinch. Actually, I would say an undetectable amount of Lakeland topping. I don't really get any. Yinjebi, I smoked 3Ps for 45 minutes. That stuff is so dense. There's so much pressure put into that even when you rub it out, it's still so dense that I enjoyed the flavor. It was dark, it was robust, a lot of body, but it kind of crystallized in the bottom of my bowl. Still gonna experiment with it. Long story short, 3Ps is just a lot of work to smoke. I wish they would just if they sold it already cut up in a shredder, I'd probably buy it. It's just too dense, man. It's too dense. You guys with your fancy, whoa. First charring light, you know this is going to be some serious business. You can taste that dark fire Kentucky. I've smoked almost straight dark fire Kentucky. I've smoked jackknife ready rub. You talk about so much barbecue flavor that your senses are saturated within minutes. I've done that. I had to give some away. I tried to blend it, and I could use it as a blend or blending tobacco. So I know dark fire Kentucky when it's mostly straight. I know this has a lot in it, but I'm not. You can taste it, but its boldness and its darkness, yes, is partially due to the dark fire Kentucky. But there's something else. There's some other component here that is equally strong because I don't get barbecue. My taste buds are not saturated with barbecue or campfire, any of those dark fire Kentucky strong notes. It's just a freight train. It's a freaking freight train. It's a freaking freight train of strength. It's so strong, almost in an indescribable way. Stratman, this is right up your alley, man. I couldn't imagine anything. I couldn't imagine wanting anything stronger than this. I think this would satisfy even the most aggressive needs and desires of a hard-hitting tobacco, in my opinion. Let me catch up on the comments here. You tried rolling? It's too strong. Stratman, David, serious question. When you use a pipe cleaner, you seem to either smell it or put it on your lips. I always forget to ask you about that. I don't recommend it, but you're correct. In all my videos, I am guilty of the following. Most of the time. I don't smell it, that's for sure. I'm always curious how much moisture I'm pulling out of it, so maybe half the time I just want to feel how wet it is. You could do it on the side of your face, but there's no use of doing it. It's a habit. I don't recommend it. You need to slice the 3-piece very thinly. Dude, Yinjevi, you're not listening to me, man. This stuff is hard to slice. I had a really sharp knife and I was trying to slice this sucker. It's incredibly hard to slice. I'm a Cornell and Deal man. You don't have to slice anything. Ryan S., I've had triple play at least 3 or 4 times. Big fan. I'm very familiar with triple play. And I get the big 8-ounce tins of triple play. TX, although I learned a good tip for flakes, when you do the fold and stuff it fold up actually lights better for me. Yinjevi, Galton Hogarth Kindle Dark, I believe, is all Kentucky. It's surprisingly tasty and a bit sweet. I almost ordered that, by the way, the Kindle Dark. It was out of stock, unfortunately. Yinjevi, Dark Bird's Eye also has Dark Fired Virginia in it, which is very unique, and only Galton Hogarth produces it, I believe. Yinjevi, I think you must be correct. There's something so unique about Dark Bird's Eye. I knew that 4 years ago when I tried it once. I was like, I was telling myself at the time, I've never had anything like this. And before I ordered this, I still felt that way. I'm smoking it now, 4 years later, and I still say the same thing. There is nothing like this. Love it or hate it, there is nothing like this. So I think Yinjevi must be right. Exactly, TX. Cornell and Deal makes your life easy. It doesn't make it pretty. It does not make your life pretty, but it does make it easy. I'm all about easy. Oh, it's so. I'll take back what I said. Just a pinch. I'm getting just a sliver of Lakeland. For those of you who know what Lakeland is, for those of you that don't, the best way I could describe it is a little bit of Golden Girls, the TV show, a little bit of Golden Girls perfume. It's a little soapy, perfumey. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's something everyone should try, I think. No, Nate, do you know McBaron HH Bold, Kentucky, there in the U.S.? No, Nate, yes. McBaron HH Bold, Kentucky is sold here. How about Amphora, Kentucky? Never had it. I think it's good to have a healthy respect for Lakeland. If first time you have it, I got to be honest. I would say 50% of people would think it's disgusting, but it does burn off. It doesn't burn off completely, but it does burn out, I would say. And there are some moments, there are some occasions where I got to be honest. Lakeland is. I don't know if I'd say I crave it, but it's a good way to mix things up. And on the retrohale, I just get a little bit of Golden Girls, like down one nostril. I'm getting a little bit of B. Arthur, like right here. A little Estelle Getty, Rue McClanahan, a little bit of Betty White. Weird, but Velvet has that perfumey old grandma taste to me also. that is surprising. I'm a big fan of Golden Girls. I love that show. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm still really thinking about Unjevi's comment, and I haven't Googled it, but Dark Fire Virginia, that feels about right. There's some weird twist in this that, for whatever reason, no one else has done before, and it's just that's why I ordered 4 ounces. It's just bloody fantastic. Complex, dark as the night. It's got body for days. Just a touch of Golden Girl. Like if the Golden Girls ever went goth, if there's a TV show called Goth Golden Girls, that's what this would be. I almost bought Stonehenge. I was on the verge, but you guys love it so much. I didn't want to buy something that was overhyped, so I'm gonna wait a couple months, and then after all the hype has died down, then I'll buy a Stonehenge, and then I'll be the only one smoking after everyone else has moved on. I'm okay being the last one to the party, and then you can all give me crap about you should have got this months ago. Never had a Louisiana flake. Interesting. A small palate. By definition, a palate is not small. I still want to try that honey bear or whatever the heck it's called. Sun bear? If it's the one I was mentioning the other night, it was purple cow or bow-legged bear. Well, it was one of those two. It was kitchen sink blends that personally I've never had. I was comparing it to Night Train. I was trying to say Night Train is. It kind of seems like a confused kitchen sink blend. As I've gotten older, I think any pipe I buy in the future, not that I'm going to buy any, I've got more than enough pipes, but I think in hindsight, when I think about the shape characteristic of the pipes that I smoke the most often are light, easy to clench, some type of bend, and obviously you want the ease of being able to pass a pipe cleaner. Many years ago, I was attracted to the what do you call the straight pipe? The 6 inches long. It's not a poker. Whatever those straight pipe traditional styles are, but they're pretty to look at. But the leverage on the teeth, because you got all that weight out there. Not a Canadian's a little too long. It's a more traditional style. It's not a Lavat. It's not a Canadian. But anyway, it's even more traditional than that. But I don't have, now that I got my braces off many years ago. Now I want to clench. Now I want to clench and multitask. I want to type. I want my hands free, and I don't want to have to prop up 6 inches of weight at the end of my mouth. Billiard. Maybe a billiard? Yeah, I like not a poker. No, I liked 5.5, 6 inches. Just a straight billiard. I'm now more attracted to the brandy pipes, like the smaller pipe, just light on the teeth, where there's no torque on the teeth. Not a crazy bend, not a paul, where you're never gonna. I never want to get a pipe where you have to pre-bend the pipe cleaner just to get it to pass down. Just a slight bend. End stage piping. I like that phrase. No Nafe, what do you guys think about Bayou Morning Flake? No Nafe, I've had Bayou Morning, not the flake version. I don't know why. I always got the Ready Rub version. But I've had Bayou Morning many times. I've had great experiences with Bayou Morning, and I've had so-so experiences, but I've never had bad experiences with Bayou Morning. Again, Cornell and Deal is highly variable, but I would put Bayou Morning in one of my unconditional recommendation categories. I don't think you can go wrong. If customs don't steal it, man, I can't believe the French customs agents are crazy pipe smokers that they want to steal pipe tobacco. No, Nath, you never answered this question. Have you actually had pipe tobacco stolen by customs as of today? Ribbon is what I meant. Yeah, not Ready Rub, ribbon. Texas Piper. I love my Rat Rays Beltane's fire pipe. Okay. Super white and the best clencher I have. I might Google that. Give me a second. I know Rat Rays made pipes, but I gotta be honest, I've never looked at one closely. Verifying my age before I can look at the pipe. If that's what you're talking about, that's very pretty. Very pretty. Actually, it's gorgeous. To be honest, it's beyond pretty. It's beautiful. It almost looks like an army mount. Not quite, but kind of looks like an arm now. Ryan S., I must admit, I love a Lavat for clinching. But over the last year, I have gravitated toward G, GG, triple G, and magnum-size house pipes to sit and relax with for a couple hours or schedule change. Interesting. I have a huge, oh God, what is it? I think I have a ginormous Ronaldo in storage that it would qualify, I think, in the double G category maybe. But it looks amazing. I feel like James Bond when I pull it out. But after like 10 minutes, there's no way I can clinch it. David, can I send you some Gawith and Hogarth, number 7, Broken Flake? It has dark-fired Virginia in it. And curious, in the near future, Yanjevi, yes. Homeless right now, traveling between Airbnbs as my home is being built, which I should close on in March sometime. Hit me up then, and absolutely. Every 30 days, I'm changing Airbnbs for right now. Fewer opportunities to smoke daily, so a big pipe in the evening before bed is a blast. Are you smoking inside, Ryan S? Do you have ventilation or a patio? Looked at a house pipe once. Tobacconist told me you're smoking soup, but remind me what a house pipe is. Is a house pipe like this? What do they call it? Like a hookah? Like it sits on the table and there's a straw. I think I saw that on YouTube just a couple days ago. It sounded very interesting. Yunjevi, I've never had St. Bruno. Heard a lot about it from the old timers. Ryan S., I have an Ardor, a Castello, a Radici, and a commissioned J. Molton. I love my Ardor brandy. That's a freaking workhorse. Never had a Costello. Never had a Radici. I'm liking this rat race though. This rat race is looks about 4.5 inches, maybe. There's no dimensions here. 179 euros. That's not bad. I would probably get. I would get this one. Me personally, I like that. It's not going to focus. Apologize, but I like that Sandblast. I'm a big fan of Sandblast. Mostly because I like the grippage. I think I used to think the smooth pipes were prettier, and they are with the naked eye. But I've dropped too many pipes where I need confidence that it's not going to slip. Oh, house pipe's just a massive bowl. Okay. David, I smile in a garage with ventilation. I think you mean smoke. But it's good to smoke. It's good to smile in a garage as well. Wow, it's not even that cold out here. I can hear the geese squeaking. Take it easy, TX. There's at this Airbnb, there's a lake I'm overlooking. It's actually very beautiful. I only wish I was here in the summertime. I usually smoke several bowls an evening. I gotta admit, this is a bowl, this dark bird's eye. After you're done, I would argue it's hard to be hungry for another bowl right away. It'd be hard. Yunjevi, problem with sitting bulldogs for me is they have too wide of a bowl. Anything over 3/4 of an inch is too wide for me. By sitting, I think you mean it sits, which means it has to have a flat bottom. I didn't know they made bulldogs with flat bottoms. Not lightheaded. Not this time, at least. I don't. When the couple of times I've gotten what you call, I don't know, nicotine sickness or whatnot, it's more of a sleepiness. It wasn't really a lightheadedness. It's more of a gradual wanting to drift off to bed type of experience. Squatting bulldog. Okay. I will admit though, the dark fired, it's getting stronger. I'm getting a little more of that barbecue flavor. First half of bowl, dark fired was there, but it wasn't in the forefront. It is it's starting to hit the palate a little stronger now. This may be best in half bowl portions for me. It's a it's a lot to smoke, I gotta admit. And I would like to think I smoked some fairly heavy stuff. I would put this in the neighborhood of Irish flake, but it's stronger. It's stronger than Irish flake. When you smoke Irish flake, it's one of those blends that even me myself, I'm not looking to pack up another bowl right away. Other blends, I can do 2 bowls back to back. I think that's why I prefer University Flake over Irish Flake. Irish Flake is it's a little heavy-handed for me. A little salty, I would say. I get a little saltiness in the bottom bottom half of this bowl. But it's so cheap. $4 an ounce, roughly. Excuse me. You can't beat those prices. University Flake and 3 Ps is the same blend, just different cuts, from what I understand. Oh, Yunjevi, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but everything in my gut says that's not correct. Having smoked 3 Ps earlier today and having smoked University Flake many times, although not recently, there is very, very little similarity that I would say. I think I'm allergic to the bird. That's what it is. I have I have an Autobahn allergy. David, as far as palate goes, slight exaggeration, but I have quite a bit in the cellar. 15 to 20 tins, not bad. I picked them up when GLPs is 20. Whoa. Time out. When is GLPs 20 to 25% off? What am I missing out on? Pipe smoking day? I never get 20% off. There must be promotions that I'm missing out on. I know they have like Father's Day. I should probably be more smart when I buy tobacco, but I always forget about when the sales are. I'll stumble across sales, but I never know strategically when they're happening. And my question to you guys: how many pipe cleaners do you guys go through per year? If you had to guesstimate, ballpark figure, plus or minus 100 or two. How many pipe cleaners are you talking about? Tobacco pipes. Just had it right before Christmas. I got some, and then recently had a white and Stonehenge flame. Ah, okay. Unfortunately, I ordered at Thanksgiving. I picked the wrong holiday. Oh, it's finally dead quiet. I wish someone took a timestamp. I'm curious how long this bowl lasted because I made the wrong guess. Because this is shag cut, I assumed this would be maybe like a 20-minute bowl, and I didn't check the time. I have to assume it's been at least 30 minutes, and I still have a third of a bowl left. $500. Okay, I don't feel so bad. That seems that's a respectable amount. Two pipe cleaners per smoke. It's because you get four ends with that, right? I was looking through my orders on smoking pipes, and I think last year in the calendar year, it was I think it was just a tad under 2,500 pipe cleaners. I would like to think I'm keeping the pipe cleaner business in business. I'm doing my part. But if I ever see if I ever see a YouTube video of a turtle with a pipe cleaner up its nose, like you see with straws sometimes, I will find some other mechanism to clean my pipes. Mm. I make about $100 order from smoking pipes, roughly about every 2 to 3 months. I am happy to say my cellar is now it never goes above a pound and a half, which is nice compared to many years ago where it was over 10 pounds. kind of like traveling light. That's one of the benefits of being homeless. I can now travel light. Everything I own is in my car and in storage. I am a minimalist. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it an evening here. We're getting toward the end of the bowl. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for peer pressuring me into buying Peterson's 3Ps. It will be. I've got a lot of it left, so it's going to be. It's going to be an adventurous couple of weeks trying to get to know this blend, chopping it up, trying to rub it out, try to find a way to enjoy that which many of you enjoy. A lot of people sing the praises of 3Ps. In fact, I don't think I've heard anybody on this channel say they tried it and didn't like it, which is strange. So I feel like I'm missing out on something. I try to be a minimalist as well, but I love smoking aged tobaccos as my daily smoke. So I built a cellar and now smoke and replace. That's a good strategy, actually. Aldo was in the mood to try blends I have not tried before. Just finished a Three Nuns bowl. Decent. That's what I would describe it as when I had it many years ago. Now got a small bowl of Cajun cake. You know, Cajun cake is one of those that I forget about. I did order it about a year ago, and I forgot about it. But I had a good time with Cajun cake. But it doesn't, for some reason, it didn't stick in my memory as something to reorder. I should give it another shot. What I miss about being a member of a pipe club, I was a member of the Raleigh, North Carolina Pipe Club here for a couple years. We meet up once a month, I think. And one of the cool things about being a member of a pipe club is you didn't have to go buy 2 ounces of this and 8 ounces of that. You could get together once a month and just share. Take a pinch of this, take an ounce of this, trade back and forth. You could try a bunch of different blends in a social environment. I kind of miss that. True, a bunch of the old timers just brought Carter Hull to the party. But there's a lot of younger guys who are a little more adventurous. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Again, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Have a good evening.